Morning, folks. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School, back down here at the Pathfinder Outdoor Classroom, here at the Pathfinder School in Southeast Ohio. If you're interested in joining us for a course in 2025, we have a full listing of our courses at selfrelianceoutfitters.com under the training tab, and we have a full series of courses that you can enjoy and pick from the most relaxed, easy course with no stress, like the Intro to Survival, to the class that we're about to teach this weekend, the Advanced Survival course, which is what I want to talk to you about today. So I'm in preparation right now, setting up for the advanced course this coming week, starting on Thursday. And the advanced course is one of our more difficult courses as far as stress level, as far as lack of food, lack of water, lack of sleep, hurrying up to get things done. All of those things kind of culminate into our advanced class, because that's where you truly understand and learn, do I own the skills? Do I know myself, and how do I react in an emergency situation, because I'm going to be under stress in this course. And then it also teaches you way more advanced skills than you've learned in the other classes. And so we culminate things as we go. Intro, basic survival, intermediate survival to advanced. And then there's courses peripheral to that where you can learn lots of other skills that will help you in the advanced class as well. Bushcraft 101, navigation intensive, wilderness first aid, edible medicinal plants, ropes and rigging. All of those classes will help you to hone your skills so that when you get to the advanced level, you have an easier time in that class than having to learn all the individual skills. And that's the reason that we push people to take the other classes prior to the advanced. The other thing with the advanced class is it is kind of a culmination class for instructor candidates. Right now we have 30 people in our instructor string. We have 30 students that are in various phases of the instructor program right now, 30, 31, might be 31. Anyway, so they take these other classes, and then kind of the advanced classes, like their culmination of, I have to have this one to get my certification as an instructor. There's other classes they have to have as well, but this is the main one that's kind of the make it or break it. And so with this class, to dispel some rumors from the past that have been out there, okay, this class is not 100% beat down class. Yes, you're going to be stressed. Yes, you're going to have lack of food, lack of water, lack of sleep. But at the same time, you're going to learn some skills that are not taught in any other class at a more advanced level, so that you gain more knowledge by taking this class, not only about yourself, about your skill level, but you learn new skills as well. And it's about 50-50 as far as that goes. 50% of it is things you should already know that you're going to be tested on. 50% of it is new skills you're going to practice and learn to hone those skills, to own them before you leave. Now, the advanced class equipment list is very small. It carries over directly from the intermediate class. It's not a huge amount of stuff, contrary to popular belief, that you have to go out and purchase for this class. I would say, in all actuality, you could buy everything you need for the advanced class and more for $200, $250 at the very most, all right? What we do at the advanced class is we concentrate on recreating things off the landscape as part of the class. So you're going to lose items and gain items throughout the 4 days of the advanced class. So what I want to do is I wanted to kind of give you the 10 bullet points here that are kind of what we strive for in the advanced class, because every advanced class is different. None of them will ever be the same on purpose. I don't want anybody to be able to say, this is what happened to my advanced class, and somebody thinks that's what's going to happen to them. It's always different. There's always going to be some main big project, and then there's always going to be lots of smaller projects, and they switch in and out, change, develop, and it's always different. But the 10 things that we generally try to cover within those pieces and parts, and that's where the preparation ahead of time comes in. We've been working on the syllabus or the outline for this class for the instructors that are teaching this course for about a month. We've got it honed in now, and now I'm getting things together that we need to have together for this course. And so I thought I'd shoot this video today. Improvised and group shelters is a big part of this class. You're going to learn how to improvise shelter with different materials. You're also going to learn how to build a large group shelter. Primitive fire. This is friction fire. Now, you should already understand how to make a bow drill fire by the time you get to this class if you've taken the intermediate and the Bushcraft 101. However, you're also going to learn the hand drill in this class, and you're also going to learn the pump drill in this class possibly. Again, we switch things in and out, so you never know, right? Cutting tool exercises. I put exercise on there because we do lots of different things with cutting tools at the advanced class. To give you examples of what we've done in the past, we have used local coal, dug a Dakota fire hole, made an improvised bellows with a trash bag, given them a file and some type of steel to pound on, and a hatchet that they had to create a knife and use a file that we gave them to make it sharp enough to cut paracord. And all of that was one exercise where they had to make a cutting tool, recreate a cutting tool off the landscape. Kind of one of those things from the hunted type of deal, right? We've also done things like you get an axe that's broken, an axe head that might be trashed, and the handle's broken, and you have to burn the handle out, replace the handle, make a good handle, put a wedge in it, and sharpen that axe. Here's one of those axes I was telling you about right here from 2 years ago in an advanced class that someone had to burn the handle out of, replace with a handle off the landscape and wedge it, and then sharpen the axe so that it could be used for the remainder of the course. This is nothing new out here at the Pathfinder School. It's all stuff that we've been doing for a long time, but we change it up, like I said, all the time. Lots and lots of different exercises that we do. Things like not having necessarily the best knife, having some mediocre knife that you have to deal with to do certain things, like make a bow drill kit with a knife that's not your favorite bushcraft knife. All of those things happen in this class, okay? Using trash to improvise camp items. We teach you how to harvest humans' garbage off the landscape because there are several trash dumps out here in this wildlife area from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 30s time frame. And we harvest materials out of those trash dumps as well as cans, bottles, things like that off the landscape where hunters have left trash out in the woods. And we improvise items from those items. Everything from cordage to containers to lanterns, you name it, we've done it, okay? So that is part of the exercise. Improvised navigation. You're gonna learn how to navigate without a compass. From orientation on the landscape, terrain feature association, the sun, the celestial bodies, all of those different things are taught in this class, and they're taught different times, different ways. But improvising navigation is one of the things that we teach heavily in this class. Route sketching and mapping. We teach you different ways to do self-mapping in this class, from route sketches to pawl maps to actual cartography. And all of that stuff is built into this class so that as you're navigating around doing exercises, you're also building a map of the area, okay, for later reference. Hunting and improvised gear. Depending on the time of year, depending on what we're doing, it could be fishing, it could be actual hunting, it could be trapping. We do all three of those things and we do them a lot of different ways. Now, when it comes to hunting and improvised gear, we have three what I would call more adventure courses that are a little less stressful, but they're a lot more skill-based and they're based on a particular skill for 4 days. On the Water's Edge, modern trapping, 21st century long hunter. Those are skill-based on only that stuff. So only procuring food around the water, only procuring food and processing fur and processing meat by modern trapping methods. 21st century long hunter goes more into 12 gauge improvised loads, improvising a shotgun load, reloading in the field, harvesting food, some trapping around either the water's edge or in an area with conibear style type traps to get small game and things like that. But it is based on historical things from the mountain man era brought forward into the 21st century and intermingled. It's a really great class, 21st century long hunter. One of my favorites, okay? Tool maintenance in the field. How do I sharpen my tools or maintain my tools in the field? If I don't have everything in the kitchen sink with me, how do I take care of my tools? We talk about that as well. Improvised carry methods for gear. Backpacks, pack frames, pack baskets, bed rolls, horseshoe rolls. We mix all of that stuff in and we learn how to improvise some of those things off the landscape up to and including pack baskets. So depending on the class you're in, depending on the seasonality again, depends on what we do. But you'll see a mix of that in every advanced class. And then the last one is preserving food. So depending on the class, we may give you live food that you have to keep alive and you have to build a cage for it. And toward the end of the class, you may slaughter that animal and preserve the meat by smoking or by drying racks of some kind. And we talk about all of that in the class. We teach all of that in the class. We teach how to build those things how to process that game. All of those things are taught at the advanced level, because unless you've taken one of the Adventure Series classes, you probably haven't been exposed to it unless you took something like folk skills or some type of camp cooking class earlier in the year. Then you may have been, or modern trapping, where you butchered everything and ate everything off the landscape that you trapped. So we mixed that in as well. So it's kind of a mix of a lot of classes, but it's a higher skill level than we teach at the other classes, and more improvised methods of doing things than we teach at the other classes, so that you have a really good experience, not only testing yourself, gaining knowledge about yourself and how you react under stress, to gaining new knowledge and ownership of new skills, so that when you leave, you're just that much better off. And if you're an instructor candidate and you can make the 90 percentile in this class that's required for instructor candidates, then I believe that you're ready to move on and start your OJT if you're going to work at this school, or if you're going to assist in teaching at our overseas locations. I believe that you're ready for that. We have a student coming from Norway that took his basic class in Italy, took his intermediate class here. He's taking his advanced class here this weekend, and then he will be an associate instructor in Italy this year in 2025 for 2 weeks while we teach in Italy at the Pathfinder School in Italy. So I wanted to kind of drop over that with you, kind of dispel some of the rumors about it's nothing but a beat down, because it's nothing like that, okay? Yes, it is in the wild. It is, you're out there in the woods. You're gonna sleep there every night. You're gonna live there every day. You're gonna have to harvest your water off the landscape. We're not gonna give you all that stuff. You're gonna have to learn to do it for yourself. But that's part of an advanced level of woodsmanship, is learning how to do that kind of stuff. And that causes you stress, or it's in a timed environment, or you didn't get enough sleep last night, then all the better, because then you learn yourself and how you react to those stressful situations. And that gets you more prepared for an actual emergency. And that's really what it's all about. The intro to survival, there's absolutely none. So if you take an intro to survival class, you're gonna get very similar skill sets to the basic class in a low stress, low impact, not a whole lot of walking, not a whole lot of running around, to get this or get that. Most of that stuff is provided at the intro level class. So if you have a possible handicap that keeps you from walking, if you're younger, you have children that you want to bring to the course, or you have physical disabilities yourself that keep you from doing certain things, or you're just brand new to it and you're not sure whether you're even going to like it or not. Number one, you don't have to buy any gear, because we provide it at the intro class. We provide it at the basic class now. So there's no gear purchase required. And you can come and experience that at a low stress level class before taking a basic class and learning a little bit more skills than you would learn in the intro, but at a faster pace, and learn more about yourself and how you react in emergency situations at a basic class. And then that culminates to the intermediate and up to the advanced, okay? Most of the peripheral classes, other than the adventure classes, are very low stress. Bushcraft 101, Appalachian folk skills, ropes and rigging, wilderness first aid. Probably the most stressful one of the bunch of those peripheral classes is navigation intensive, only because you have to do so much navigating in that class to learn over distance that you're probably going to end up walking 30K before that class is over with through the woods with your gear. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of stress in that class, other than you have to be back at a certain time. So I just wanted to kind of go over some of that with you guys today. While I was out here prepping for this advanced class, I thought, you know what? It's a good time to hit that with these guys and remind them, about our classes, and also talk to you about the advanced class and kind of give you a better visual on what it actually is, because there's a lot of misinformation out there on the internet, especially in the last couple of years, about how these classes ran at the Pathfinder School, because they're nothing like what you hear 95% of the time, unless you're hearing it from someone who actually took the class as a student recently. I figured it might be easier just to bring you over here at this point than to mess around, but some of these things are made in other classes. But there's a couple pack frames and a pack basket. Improvised buck saw there, brazing racks. There's another pump drill right there. A couple of improvised gigs off the landscape. The things that we do here, we do all of them off the landscape. There's some traps over there, some racks over there, more buck saws, more pack frames. Baskets made off the landscape for containers, things like that. Fish traps, all kinds of stuff that we have done out here at the Pathfinder School. We just kind of keep these things around, for example, so people can see them while they're here at the school if they are interested in taking other classes that we teach. But what you have to understand is that everything evolves, right? Everything is a change. Nothing stays the same. If everything stays the same, then you don't grow. And as a school, you have to grow. As an instructor, you have to grow. If you never learn anything new and you never teach anything new and your curriculum never changes, then you become stagnant and other people are going to be doing it better than you are. And I won't let that happen. I won't let any school be better than the Pathfinder School if I can do anything about it. And so we constantly evolve. We constantly learn. We learn from each other. We learn together. We learn from students. And we implement things that we think are going to be better. So in 2025, all of these classes, the basic, intermediate, advanced, all of that stuff will be completely different than it was in 2022, 2023, or 2024. There may be some of the same skills taught, some of the same knots, some of the same shelters, things like that, but everything else is going to be different. The way it's taught, the environment it's taught in, the gear we use, all of those things are going to change for the better, because I have been making notes for years and years and years of things I wanted to change, and I wasn't able to as fast as I wanted to. So I just let them pile up, and 2025 is going to be my line in the sand. Hope to see you at a class in 2025. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything you do for our school, for our family, for our business, for all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends, and I'll be back with another video as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.